What's good, YouTube? Check out my website at analysisplayground.com. There you can find NBA tributes, NBA highlights, and NBA rookie analysis, and also NBA breakdowns exclusively on analysisplayground.com. Thanks, and make sure you like on Facebook too, analysisplayground.com. Show as much support as you can for my channel. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to you with a quick breakdown on the New Orleans Pelicans. This team lost Eric Gordon. They lost Ryan Anderson and Omar Ashik and Anthony Davis, and Drew Holiday is always injured. Every single season they've been injured, and it really hurts the team potential because in order for you to win games, you need your starters and your best players to be healthy, and this team just hasn't been able to do it. They picked up Buddy Hield, another scorer, a nice spot-up shooter, can come off screens and shoot efficiently, knockdown shooter, and now he's getting to the basket more better. In preseason, he wasn't doing it as good in the summer league, but he's proven that he can score to a certain extent. He's been getting double-digit points. He's been shooting decent enough from the field goal. He's been knocking down the mid-range, knocking down the threes, getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line. I'm liking the aggressiveness out of Buddy Hield. He's going to be a candidate for Rookie of the Year just because he can score the basketball, and that's mostly what they go off of. How much can you score a game? And they don't really care about you winning or nothing. It's just who put up the best stats, and that's what Buddy Hield can do. He can get a couple rebounds, get a couple assists, and score 13, 14, 15, 16 points. And they're going to need him to score that many points because of the injuries. They're going to need him to score that many points because they need more offensively from their team. They're going to need more scoring from players because they lost so much talent in the offseason, and Buddy Hield is going to have to be a go-to scorer early in his career because they're going to need every bucket they can get from him. And on top of that, Buddy Hield is a scorer. He averaged 20-plus points a game in his last year in the college, so he knows how to get buckets, and he's been proving it a little bit in summer league. But he's going to play more minutes. He's going to get more touches, and he's going to have to keep developing and growing as the season goes on, and they're going to need him to be a focal point of the offense. And now we got to talk about Anthony Davis. I'm one of the people that like the small ball center. Anthony Davis not 7 feet yet. He's a rim protector. He's mobile. He's a better shooter. He's a better scorer than Ashik. He's actually, to me, a better rim protector. He's a better free throw shooter. He's just an all-around better player significantly than Omar Ashik. And he makes the offense harder to stop. He makes defense easier because he's more quicker, more athletic, more mobile, and he allows you to play other lineups and other players at that forward position, more mobile players, more skilled players offensively than Omar Ashik. So seeing Anthony Davis a lot more at center could be important for the versatility of the team and for the offense because Omar Ashik, all he can really do is dunk, and that's it. So it'd be fun to see a little bit more of small ball with Anthony Davis at the 5 and probably Quincy Pondexter at the 4. Depending on who they put at that 4, they're going to have to rely a lot on Anthony Davis as the center. And that's going to be a lineup that's going to allow them to score more points. And Ashik is a rim protector. He's one of the best rim protectors in the league, but he's slowly been declining because of those injuries. The more he got injured, the more he declined. And he doesn't really bring nothing to the table offensively but dunking. And they're going to need more out of Drew Holiday because Drew Holiday is going into his contract year. He's almost a free agent. He's going to want to get paid. He's going to want to start. He's going to want to prove that he still can be a good all-star caliber player because he hasn't been an all-star player for a couple years now, and he's been injured a lot. But Drew Holiday is going to have to prove that he's an all-star caliber player if he's going to want that money and want to still start in the NBA. He has the size, he has the skills, he has the jump shot, he has the defense by getting steals. He's long and lanky, he can disrupt a lot of plays, and they have Tyreek Evans, another ball handler that can do multiple things. He can cut to the basket. He can shoot the 3 to a certain extent. He improved his three-point shot a little bit last year. And he's another person that you can rely to get buckets, and you can rely on him to create shots for others. and he's big, he's long, he's mobile, and he just got to work on his jump shot still to this day because they're gonna need him to knock down buckets consistently. If Drew Holiday get injured, if they need another person to be clutch in the fourth quarter, they're gonna have to rely on other players because Anthony Davis can't do everything all the time. Even though he's a go-to player and he's a top 10 player in the NBA, top 7 to be exact, he's one of the elite players in the league. They're gonna need some players to help him out, and that's why it was smart to pick up Buddy Hield because Buddy Hield can be a potential all-star pure scorer. Just a pure scorer because he can do everything on the basketball court scoring wise besides post up. He just haven't been able to get that post up game there yet on the NBA level. But they needed another scorer to help take the pressure and the load off of Anthony Davis. And that's what Drew Holiday and Buddy Hield is going to have to do is take the scoring load off of Anthony Davis so he doesn't have to really do too much, like trying too hard to create. They need somebody to help him get easier shots and more efficient shots and make the game come easier for Anthony Davis so that way he can stay healthy. The more you have to do, the more chances of you getting injured because you have to force things and it puts you in a situation where you can get injured. And you also have to play more minutes just because they need you more. And the more talent you have, the less chance you get injured because the shots is easier. You get a lot of dunks. You get a lot of easy buckets. You don't have to try as hard because you got players that can take the load off of you and do their part. And you don't have to worry about doing their part in your part. So with that being said, I'm liking the Pelicans. I don't expect them to make the playoffs because I got to see can they stay healthy. I know they can have a good defensive year if they're healthy. I know that they can score because they've been almost there the last couple seasons. They even made the playoffs last year and lost to the Warriors. So I know what they can do when they're healthy. I definitely want to see more out of Buddy Hield. I want him to be a dominant player in the league like he was in college because I'm a fan of his. He sucked at Summer League, but he's proven to be better and learn from his mistakes in the preseason. So we have to see if they can continue to develop and stay healthy and can they do it. And I'm predicting this team to win 32, 35 games and barely miss the playoffs just because I don't know if they can stay healthy. But if they can, they'd be right up there for the fight for the eighth seed because the AD can take over games offensively and defensively, and he has a little bit of scorers that help him offensively carry the load, but it's just injuries. This team is injury prone, and that's a bad way to build a team. Is to continue to have players that can't stay on the court, and you paying them big dollars and max contracts, and they can't stay on the court long enough to actually help you win games and make the playoffs and actually go do a deep playoff run. So with that being said, we're going to have to see what this team is made of and can Alvin Gentry help this team defensively because that's one of the things they struggle with a lot is being consistent defensively. They haven't been a good defensive team, and that's what they have to do. If they can't stop a team from scoring, it's going to be hard for them to outscore people when they don't have players that can stay healthy or create shots enough to impact the game fully. So until they get that defensive dominance, this team going to tread water on almost championship contender or just barely a playoff team. They have to get that defensive side of the ball there. And that's the biggest focus for this team is staying healthy and playing defense. So let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis signing out. Let me know what you guys think.